Welcome to Armored Core Nexus. I'm really sorry I kinda burned the rest of my budget in that intro montage, so yeah, I'm kinda out of money now. Luckily, the Navis Corporation has offered me a contract with a pretty decent payout, so I can get my money back if I don't mess up. In order to get the money they're offering, I need to protect this platform as well as some ships from both helicopters and stationary artillery. The controls of old Gen AC games are pretty difficult to get used to, especially if you consider that this was the first game that added dual stick support. But even despite that, I managed to clear out the area of hostiles. Oh great, the budget's back. Yeah, much better. So, welcome back to Armored Combat 6 Fires of Liberation. Last time, our protagonist 6-1 gave into the voices in his head and now we're stuck with this lovely lady called Air. As you can probably guess, she doesn't have a body. After the whole Balteus fiasco, we're home alone because our handler thought it would be a good idea to leave a schizophrenic person unsupervised.
Alright, 6-1, I'll be heading out for a while. Don't do anything stupid.
So we immediately do something stupid because Air already got a job from Field Trip Enterprises. They discovered that there's a huge amount of coral beneath the planet's ice field and they want us to go there. However, the ice field and the mainland are separated by a giant ocean. In order to cross it, we need to use the intercontinental cargo launcher and shoot ourselves across the sea. But in order to do that, we first need to go through this place called Grid 086.
Hey there, tourist!
Who the fuck is that? This is Invincible Robbie, the lowest rank in the arena. Knowing that, you're probably thinking that he's a pushover. Well, and that's because he is. I mean, he only exists to show you that you can put a chainsaw on your AC.
You like Chainsaw Man?
Never watched it?
Oh, well, in that case, let me introduce you. Fuck you, tourist!
Looks like you're having fun, tourist.
Okay, who's that now? Continuing through the grid, you'll find yourself in some pretty narrow corridors. Keep in mind that the average AC has a height of about 10.3 meters. Going even further, we find a tetrapod MT. This one is different from the previous ones because it has shields. Very original FromSoft. After taking it down, that woman from before, whose name is Carla by the way, says that she surrenders. Because this is definitely not a trap, we go through this big door and I can't imagine why I would be allowed to resupply here. Welcome one and all to the Smart Cleaner boss fight. This boss is comprised of a very hard to hit weak spot, a miniature volcano on its back and two massive cheese graters. On all of my previous playthroughs, I always tried to hit the weak point because shooting at the volcano barely does any damage. As I would come to realize during the recording process for this video, that was just flat out wrong. What you're actually supposed to do is fly above the volcano and shoot at the inside, not the outside, because if you shoot the outside, your bullets will just ricochet off of it. Doing so will fill the stagger gauge drastically. Once the cleaner is staggered, its weak point becomes stationary and you can hit it with everything you have. So, you know what that means. The next mission has us run errands for Carla. You need to take out the rival Dozer faction who were able to assault the grid because someone brutally murdered one of Carla's subordinates. Why would anyone do something like that?
Tactical nuke incoming!
The next mission finally has us heading to the cargo launcher. In order to get to the launcher, we need to head through satellite-infested territory. The boring way to beat this mission would be to go underground and evade the satellites that way. However, that is lame. Instead, we're going to assault boost right through, dodging lasers on the way. Once at the cargo launcher, we take out some of these things and board one of the containers. Oh no. My fellow Mental Gen, welcome to the Sea Spider boss fight. This thing has missiles, a giant laser beam and a very annoying claw attack. After half health, the damn thing even starts flying. For many people, the sea spider is a sudden and very extreme difficulty spike. For me, however, it's just another arachnid that needs to be crushed.
Welcome to Spirit Airlines. This is your captain speaking. We are about to take off. Please enjoy the flight. By the way, we might be heading through some turbulences, so you can put on your seatbelts if you want to.
Wait a second, why is that part optional?
It's Spirit Airlines, I don't make the rules.
And that's the end of chapter 2. It only had 3 missions. So I've taken the liberty to make this video a lot longer than it needs to be, just so I can cramp the entirety of chapter 3 in there. So, after completing chapter 2, Walter is back and we get new parts in the shop. Among them is one of the coolest weapons in the entire game, the pile bunker. You know what, I have a lot of arena matches to do, so I'll just show you how this thing works real quick. Step number 1, fly at enemy. Step number 2, shoot at enemy. Step number 3, optional if you can't do it with step 2, stun enemy with assault armor. Step 4, win. It's that easy. And now, it's time to clean up.
Destroyed.
Alright, back to regular missions now. The first one is not really noteworthy, though towards the end the Feds show up again, and this time, they're staying. Since the PCA is here now, both Arquebus and Balaam agree to a ceasefire and make getting rid of law enforcement their new priority. So your next mission has you attack a refueling base, which ends with you taking out 2 PCA officers. After that, you get a job from the RLF who want you to assassinate V7 Swinburne, one of Arquebus's Vespers. This is a stealth mission. In a mecha game. After the grueling first half of the mission, you find Swinburne and take him on in combat. Once the fight is almost over, Swinburne offers you a deal. However, since we do what we're being paid for, Swinburne has to die here. The mission after has you climb down into a cave in order to destroy a generator. However, things quickly get out of hand because the devs went, fuck it, this is a Metroid game now. And next mission. This one has you running through an uninhabited city trying to find a drone and later on this massive building. Well, 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 would you look who it is. This is for flying out of bounds, you asshole. Our next job is provided by Carla, who wants to blow stuff up. Since we like seeing things explode, we help her by protecting her missiles from the PCA. The next 2 missions are special because you get to choose which one you're taking. Since I like boss fights, I go with the mission Destroy the Special Forces craft, which has you fight this thing called the Cataphract. However, during the fight, the crew of the Cataphract suddenly start to say stuff that doesn't really make any sense to you.
I guess they're confusing you with the guy you took your license from. Guess he was quite the troublemaker.
Later on in the fight, after a serious ass beating, the crew members of the Cataphract collectively shit themselves because they realize that you're not even the real Raven. The mission after has you attack a PCA-controlled spaceport. The first 2/3 of the mission go quite smoothly, but after the last PCA warship falls, these guys show up. However, this fight won't be a 2v1. Holy shit, what is that thing?
What is that thing? System 1, listen. Your attacks won't have any effect.
And there it goes. Turns out that the PCA has lost control of the ice worm. Now it's roaming around the ice field protecting the coral that is laying dormant beneath. If we want to continue, someone has to take this thing down. And as it turns out, RAD has exactly what we need for that. A giant railgun. Of course, getting it won't be easy. It's protected by some guy called Honest Brute, doesn't really sound honest if you ask me, who stole it from Carla. Yeah, he's definitely not honest. And my frame rate is having a stroke again, fantastic. At least he's dead now. The next mission's briefing states that the PCA are trying to get the spaceport back, so you're sent in there to get rid of them. However, when you arrive, the battle is already over.
Do you read me, Raven? I've identified the target. That's the mercenary who took your name. See how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
This fight is pretty much just wasted potential in my opinion. I mean, you're fighting against the original Raven here, the guy whose identity you took. Someone who was able to destroy an entire PCA fleet with only 1 AC. And then the fight doesn't even last for 5 minutes. Truly an underwhelming fight. Mission 26 just kinda exists, so I'll just skip to the last mission of the chapter. One of the best missions in the entire game, in fact.
First, some background before we go into detail. The intercorporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon, and y'all got the short end of the stick.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line. I know just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Gun 13, you get all that? Good, time for another field trip.
Because the game hates me, the stun needle launcher that you need to equip for this mission is too much for my AC's legs, so I had to use quad legs instead.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots, time to die.
Act like a professional, not fit in your right leg.
What's that freak think he is? I ain't here because I want to be. What's that freak think he is? I ain't here.
And we're done. Chapter 3 is officially over. Bye.